Hello, my name is Julie Curtis and I teach Russian. And I'm here to speak to you about the possibility of starting a language from scratch if you decide to apply to study modern languages at the University of Oxford. It may well be that you've already been studying one or possibly two languages at school in the sixth form, and you may well want to carry on with one or both of those languages at your university of choice. But just before you fill in your UCAS form, I want to invite you to pause for a minute and think about the possibility of taking up a new language, something to start completely from scratch. At the University of Oxford, we teach French, Spanish, German, Italian, Russian, Czech with Slovak, Polish, modern Greek, and Portuguese. And we offer almost all of those languages from scratch. So you could, in fact, take any of those except for French and Spanish for the time being as a complete beginner. You could add that to the language that you already know. One of the things that you've already grasped from your previous studies is that it takes a very long time to get to grips with the language really well. And now you've got 4 whole years of your life stretching out in front of you. So it's an opportunity that you could seize to do something really exciting. And it's an opportunity that may not come back again in your lifetime. Why might you want to choose one of these new languages? You might never have thought about doing Italian or Portuguese. Maybe they weren't offered at school. But let's take Portuguese, for example. It's worth bearing in mind that this is a language that's spoken not only in Portugal, but also in regions of South America and also of Africa. Might never have thought of doing my language, Russian. But there are about 250 million people out there who still speak Russian from the former Soviet Union and the Eastern Bloc. And I can assure you that they would be absolutely delighted to speak to you in Russian when you are doing business with them, when you are supporting a joint charity venture, when you're trying to discover more about their culture, or maybe when they fall in love with you. There are lots of really good reasons for getting to know some of the less commonly known languages of the world. In particular, it's going to give you really exciting opportunities for your year abroad choices. A year abroad actually lasts about 15 months, and during that time you might choose to divide your time between, say, Moscow and Rio de Janeiro, or what about French Caribbean, Ireland and Berlin? What about Vienna and Naples? There are many, many possibilities, an infinite number of possibilities, and you could be spending your time in those countries either teaching English as a language assistant in a school, or you might be studying at a university in the country, or you might be working with an internship and getting to know the business world or charitable organizations in different regions of the world. So all sorts of possibilities, all sorts of exciting adventures lie ahead of you for your year abroad. Once you've completed your course, your employer will be fascinated to see that you have actually got to know a less well-known part of the world, that you're an expert in the region and are able to use the language fluently. They'll be really impressed to know that you've spent 6 months of your life already working in a Paris law firm, or studying at an Austrian university, or teaching in South America, or doing environmental charity work in Russia. You will stand out in the crowd amongst other applicants for jobs because you have already developed expertise and you've shown real sense of independence and adventure in your life. So the languages that you could take from scratch, let me just remind you, are German, Italian, Czech and Slovak, Polish, Portuguese, modern Greek, and Russian. If you'd like to know more about studying a language from scratch, please have a look at our Modern Languages web pages and our admissions website. Unlike most universities, we don't have a major-minor pattern. You'll take both of those languages up to the same level. And so it's a really exciting opportunity to go out into the world after university with 2 languages that you speak fluently. Very best of luck with your application.